That was too cute. Hey, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I'm finding all kind of little things on this Restream app, guys. So I was like, oh, I could do a countdown. Look at that. Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? My one person that popped on. Good evening. So listen, I need you guys to do me a favor as you come on. Um, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, I need you to type in your name before your comment. And after you do that, if you want to comment again, you could just like type in your initial or whatever. Because when I'm on Restream and everything's coming to one spot, what happens is I can see what's being said in the chat, but it'll say Facebook user or it'll say YouTube, which means I'm not sure. Hey, Kevin, thank you. Which means I'm not necessarily sure who's saying what unless I look over here to Facebook. Unless I look over here to Facebook, okay? So if you guys could do me that favor, I greatly appreciate it. All right. All right. So we have three people popped up already. Great. Good evening. When you come on, even if you're not going to comment or whatever, just shout me out. Like, tell me who you are. Give me a name. Say who's on. And that'll like really help. That'll really help. Because I want to be able to say hey. I want to be able to say good evening and all of that. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started because as you guys know, everything will be posted on the page on Facebook, and also it will be posted in the videos on YouTube. Okay? All right. Hey, Ree. Hey, girl. Everything will be posted. You always got to be difficult with the girl. Everything will be posted on okay. Everything will be posted on the page, Facebook page and YouTube. You'll see the videos. So hey, let's get started. Let's get started. Hey, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Donna. Welcome to Real Life Relationship Growth. This is our once a week get together, come together, hang together called Camper Conversations. Now, please understand, this has nothing to do with a camper. You guys don't have to have a camper. Somebody asked me, so is this a page for people who camp? Like, I know you got the campers. So I was like, no. So, quick explanation of that. I have a fifth wheel camper. One day I was sitting in there chilling because it's such a nice had a nice little ambiance in there. It's a nice area. And I was like, yo, I think a good idea would be to come together once a week and just chat it out. Just talk about adult subjects, things that we're dealing with, going through, living life through. I think that would be fun. That'd be fun. And it literally caught on. Like I have to get an anniversary date, y'all, because it's been over a year, just about quite a year since we've been doing this, since we've been meeting, and I've been meeting people and and getting associated with people through the real life relationship growth page. So a lot of you guys are people that I've already known, that I've known through high school, through my military career, through life, all of that stuff. And then a lot of people are people that I have never met. So hey, let's get this thing popping. Let's go. Let's go. So, let me say this. I am not a relationship expert. I am a black woman in this world, living this life, doing the damn thing, and enjoying myself through the process. I've been through some ups, I've been through some downs. But the whole purpose and the whole point of this page, the whole purpose of this family get together is because as adults, we go through different things, different issues, different problems, different greatnesses, different times of life that affect us in different ways. And it also affects those around us. So we're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to say, hey, I've been through that. And this is how I made it through. And it may be some good suggestions. Or you may say, hey, I've been through that. And may be able to say, wow, I remember Aretha saying that she dealt with this type of situation and this is how she handled it. And it worked wonderful for her. So that's why we're here. That's why we're here. If you have a change of heart, change of mind, change of relationship status, change of how you do something, change of how you parent, yo, wonderful. Because change is good. Change is good. All right. So big up to my brothers. Y'all are doing it. Ladies, hands down, the fellas are still got y'all. They are still sending and sending things, asking me to post and topics and things like that. They are still doing more, doing it. Y'all pay attention, ladies. This might be the place. This might be the place. You never know. All right. Quick announcement before we get started. Our singles mixer will be in April. Will be in April. I will let you guys know definitely next Thursday, April what? Now understand, it will be either the second or third week in April. The second or third weekend in April. I have got the venue, got the spot. Now all I need to do is secure our area where we're going to have our our singles mixer fun. We're going to be outside. You can wear something comfortable, put on your rock your J's. Ladies, you could do a sundress if you like, but we're going to have a good time. Now understand, the highlight of the weekend is Saturday afternoon. We are going to do a live forum discussion. We're going to have a panel up top. I'm going to be calling a few people, talking to some people. We're going to have a panel up top, and then we're going to have the audience, so we're going to pass the mic, and we're going to chop it up on a topic or two that's very, very important, and just the topic's going to be something we can all engage in, and we're going to learn something. We're going to get something. That's the whole point, right? That's the whole point. All right, y'all. Let's get started. Let's get popping on this topic tonight. Let's get started. If I've forgotten anything, please forgive me. Somebody said hello. It says Facebook user, but I'm not sure who it is. It did not pop up over here. Oh, there it is. It's my sister. Kevin said no sundresses. Why we can't do sundresses, Kevin? Shorts, sundresses, whatever you comfortable in. Y'all see I'm rocking London, right? Went to London to spend the holiday with my baby. So I'm rocking my shirt tonight. All right, all right. We can do sundresses if we want to, Kevin. Hey Tony, what's up, girl? Hey sis, let me do my shout outs. Kevin, hey, Aretha, my girl, what's up? Let's see, my girl Tony. Hey Tony, y'all. Tony is another young lady I have never met, but this is my girl. Like, listen. We come together here. We here to love on each other and help each other out and talk about some stuff. Hey Tony, hey girl. Kevin said I'm trying to meet folks, not die in the process. You'll be all right, Kev. You will be all right. You will be all right. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's Kev's sneaky way of saying, please wear the sundress. Oh, that's what he's saying. That's what he said. Hey, Mike. That's what he's saying. Okay. All right. Wink. All right. So tonight, our topic, I'm going to tell you where this topic came from. It was posted on the page. I posted it on the page. I do a lot of the posting because you guys do a lot of sharing. I have to kind of weed through things before it goes on the page, y'all, because we just want to be respectful of it. So you can share something with me. You can inbox me, text me, or you have access to me that way, and I'll share it for you. You can do anonymous, but I think people feel a little bit more comfortable when they send it to me and I put it on the page. And it's okay. It's okay that you don't necessarily want to be out in conversation or whatever, or it may be something that you're dealing with. And it's okay to be private about that and just see, what your peers are saying. Okay? All right. So our topic tonight, ghosting. Our topic tonight is ghosting. Ghosting. So I put up, why are my comments going away? I have to keep doing that. Okay. So I put up a post earlier this week. I put up a post, and the post said, let me get it. Let me get it, y'all. Oh, it's up here. What am I talking? All right, here it is. This is the post that was put up earlier this week. He or she who sowed the seed of ghosting will eventually reap ghosted. He or she who sowed the seed of ghosting will eventually reap ghosting. Yo, when I saw that meme, right? When I shared it and I put it up, my wheels started turning. I was talking to my sister, as usual, and we were brainstorming, on the topic. We were brainstorming on the topic of ghosting, right? Okay. Hey, Charles. Hello, everyone. Donna, I like the church or the shirt. I think you want to say shirt. Charles might be tired, y'all. I think he wanted to say shirt. Okay. Hey, Miss Ladonis, how are you? Okay. So, um, you have to be careful when you come into someone's life. Are you sure of what you want? Are you sure of what you want? Oh, we're getting started already. Got it already popping on this. All right, sis. She already popping on this. I figured you were saying shirt, Charles. It's okay. I figured you were saying shirt. Not a problem. All right. So I want to read to y'all what I put um when this was posted. If you guys did not see it, it was posted early in the week. We know a lot goes to the page, so it can kind of be down in the bottom in the mix. All right. So this is what I put, right? It says ghosting speaks volumes about a person. People give all their energy telling and trying to prove to others how solid they are. And yet, when they realize someone is not for them, they aren't solid enough to have an honest conversation. If we find someone, if we find someone isn't for us, it's okay. It's okay. Just be solid, be honest. That's how respect grows. Ladies and gentlemen, do unto others, and we know the rest, as you would want them to do you. We know the rest. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. So there were a few comments, and one that stood out. Jamie made a comment. Jamie Love is his name. Jamie made a comment, and he said, "Women say they want to hear the truth, but they really don't." My response to Jamie, those aren't women. You know how it's always saying he ain't no man, that ain't no man. And men get offended by that. What you mean? You can't say a man ain't a man. So a friend of mine named Tony told me, he said, the way I see it is you have men and you have counterfeits. You have men and you have counterfeits. So you have women and you have counterfeits. You have women, you have counterfeits. So just because you have a penis, says you a male, says that you a man, that's what you a man. You have a penis. But your character, what does your character speak and say for you? Just because you have a vagina says that you're a female, you're a woman. But what does your character say and speak of you and for you, right? So, ghosting, ghosting. So, y'all, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Listen, I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for myself. Have I been ghosted before? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I have been ghosted before. I have no problem and no shame. You know why? Because I don't look on things that other people do. I don't allow that to dictate me and who I am. People will lie to you, they will steal, they will cheat, they will whatever. And the worst thing that we can do is take the burden onto ourselves that we're the cause, we're the problem, we're this and we're that. That's a tactic of a narcissist. A narcissist wants you to believe that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're the best thing they've ever met. You know, and then they go into this whirlwind of trying to convince you after that that you're a problem. And they can't do this and they can't do that and they can't be this and they can't be that. You're the problem. That's what narcissists do, right? So when people ghost people, when people go into not being respectful enough to have a conversation, you have to question their character. You have to question who they are. I was talking to this guy. Um, I was talking to this guy at one time, right? And conversations were going well. We, talk back and forth, text or whatever. And how ghosting goes, he just stopped, right? He just stopped. Um, hey Jimmy, he just stopped. He just stopped texting, right? And I thought about that thing, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Where I am now, who I am now, it was a relief for me. And I'm gonna tell you why it was a relief. It was a relief because my prayer is, Father, anybody who is not meant to be in my life, remove them. I give you total permission to remove them. So, on the flip side of emotions and feelings and things like that, this is just where I am. This is just where I am. And hopefully, this will be up to someone. Because I trust and believe that God wants the best for me in my life, no matter what I want and who I might want. If He removes that person, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But I do understand that's not the case. It has not always been the case. Let me not sit here and act like, I've been here all my life. It has not always been the case. Because of my years of dating and growing since I was able to start dating, since my mom gave me permission, from growing from a teenager to a young woman to an adult woman, a full grown woman, have there been relationship issues and trials and all of that? Of course. Those years, ghosting has been a factor different times. And at a certain point in my life, I received that different. I received that in a different way. And a different way was to be like, okay, first of all, you could have called. I don't even do that no more. Like, for what? But that's again growth and understanding who I am and having a love for myself. It just it made a difference. Let me read some of this comments. So Kevin said, I have a horrible habit of bad communication and it comes off as ghosting. Hell, I'm tired of being by myself, but I'm aware my bad habit of non-communication caused a promising situation to turn into tumbleweeds. It's wonderful that you recognize that, Kev. We got to recognize those things. Facebook user, don't have a name. Okay, Claudette. Sometimes I think being ghosted is like a rite of passage in this life. It's something about disappointment, rejection, and how to deal with it. Being ghosted teaches you. Yes, ma'am. It was freezing. Okay. Did she freeze or what? That's just me. Am I still frozen, y'all? Y'all let me know, please. Let's see. Still, why would we be freezing? Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. Great. So, um, Kevin, that was a wonderful point. Sometimes it's just a lack of communication skills. Thank you, Tony. A lack of communication skills. Thanks, sis. But the problem with that is we have to consider that other people are looking to us and for us to communicate properly, to consider their feelings, to consider what's going on, to consider what's going on, right? No answer is also an answer. No answer is also an answer. So listen, let's look at that. No answer is also an answer, right? So if you don't say anything at all, that's an answer. That's the answer. But the problem with that, it leaves people in a stage of guessing and trying to figure out what happened. And even those of us um who are secure in where they are, right? Listen, no insult. We're real. This is called real life relationship growth. Are there insecurities in us? Yes, there are. We have insecurities. So when I say the secure ones, I'm not saying the ones who got it all together. That means, like Claudette mentioned earlier, we've gone through some stuff and it's built us to a point. Hey, Reg. Hey, Ryan. It built us to a point where we're understanding that I don't have to worry about certain things anymore. And I don't put my energy into certain things. So let me say that, right? So if you're at a place where you're questioning what happened, what did I do, what you know, why is she not calling me back? Why is she not responding? Why is she just leaving this? I thought we was having a good time. I thought we were having a good time. I thought we were getting to know each other or whatever. And then all of a sudden, boom, nothing. You hear nothing from her or you hear nothing from him, right? So you get in a place and you're wondering, you're trying to figure out what happened. You're trying to figure out what happened. So this is the worst. I think this is the worst. This is the worst. This particular, I don't know who Sarah is, y'all. I didn't get this from anybody particular. I found this. Sarah obviously was texting with this guy. How are you? Did you have a good time on our date? So I guess Sarah waited. Want to go on another one? Sarah waited. Then Sarah's asking, what you doing this weekend? She's still trying to figure out and trying to see, okay, let me get some answers. Let me find out what happened. And then she was like, oh my God, you're ghosting? Oh my God, you're ghosting? So now she's at the point of not understanding and not knowing what happened. The person didn't even have the decency to give her an answer. To give her an answer. Okay, Clutter said, remember, ghosts wander around aimlessly in lonely spaces. Don't be a ghost. Remember, what goes around comes back around. Kevin said, when it's all said and done, a person will let you they are interested and make the necessary corrections to make it very clear they like you. Interests require action. So either step up or step away. Interests require action. Either step up or step away. Love it, Kevin. Love, love, love it. Interests require action. So either step up or step away. Exactly. 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 So Ghosting. Our topic tonight, y'all, is ghosting. Our topic is ghosting. So sometimes, I think when men and women may see this a little bit different. A friend of mine told me, and I've heard honestly from several men that some of their partners, some of the guys they know or whatever, um, purposely ghost women. Like they have a point of doing this, playing games. All to me, it just came down to playing games. So again, I've heard this from several men, and I'm not putting this on all men, right? But there are some people out there, man or woman, male or female, there are some people out there that are professional ghosters. They like to do that. They get something out of it. They get something out of it, which speaks largely on, of course, their self esteem. Their self esteem. I'm gonna play this video clip. Like I made this TikTok, right? Um, man, a couple weeks ago. And I came across it, I was listening to it, and I was like, yo, it'll be perfect. It will be perfect. I'm gonna play. We always say, treat others the way you want to be treated. So when someone ghosts you, disappears out of your life, don't be offended. Try not to take it personal. Because the fact of the matter is, most people don't love themselves enough to know how to treat you. Mm, mm. I did that like several weeks ago. And it's so relevant. It's so relevant because the reality is, like I said, most people don't love themselves, respect themselves enough to even know how to treat you. To even know how to treat you. So when people do that, when people ghost you got to try not to take it personal. You got to try not to take it personal because what you have to realize is that's not even about me. I mean, I'm the recipient of the action. It happened to me, but that's not even about me. All I can say is I'm making an effort to change and come with the Kevin, you stupid. Kevin, you stupid. Kevin got this thing about the rose, y'all. I'm gonna call you out, Kevin. So if if y'all know what the rose is, I'm assuming y'all know what the rose is by now. It's a literally a rose. It's a vibrator for a woman. It's a clitoral stimulator. That's what it is? Kevin got a thing about the rose. Anytime you mention a rose, Kevin got a problem. Kevin got a problem. Kevin, you ready to speak? Okay. Um, Most people don't show up for themselves. Yep. Golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. Platinum rule: treat others the way they want to be treated. Someone said that's true. Some people just don't know how to treat others. Shaking my head. Kevin says, still hating on the rose. You'll be all right, Kevin. You'll be all right, Kevin. So listen, when we make the decision to ghost someone, or someone makes the decision to ghost someone, the purpose of us being here in this group, in this family, real life relationship growth, is to grow relationships and grow ourselves, right? And to grow ourselves. Hurts. Ghosting hurts. Have compassion for others and don't just blow them off. I wonder what I did wrong. I wonder what I did wrong. Ghosting hurts. But we just spoke about that too, right? We just spoke on it in a video. People that ghost other people, there's something going on with them, and it has nothing to do with the other person. But we have to understand people are can be in a certain place, and we don't know what that person is. So if you don't have good intentions, leave people alone. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. But this is what happens in life, y'all. People may not have good intentions. People may come to us with their best, right? What we think is their best. And they may be coming to us, they're coming to us to try to prove something and show something and present something. I always say they're representative. We all present our representative at the beginning of something. Not saying it's being fake or phony. It's just saying we want to come with our best. Just like going to a job interview. You're going to go with your representative and you're going to show and give your best, right? Show and give your best. So when people come to you, no longer fighting that battle. When people come to you and they give you and they show you your best, their best, and then they turn around and they show you their ass. I'm on this thing in life that when someone shows you who they are, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. And that could also mean they might not even tell you directly. They might not even show you directly. But if you can see some things, you know, if you can see some things, you got to believe them. Listen, we have all been, well, some of us, again, speaking for myself, can't speak for everybody. Some of us have been guilty of that situation. Well, we felt like, okay, we knew somebody. We knew somebody. And we took what they put out. And that's all you can do. You can only Tony said, please believe them. Actions speak louder than words. Right. You can only go with what someone tells you. You're not in their head, you're not in their mind, you're not in their heart. So if people have ill intent towards you, you're not going to know that until the situation comes to a head, until it comes out, until it's shown what's what, right? You're not going to know that. But let me tell y'all a great way to safeguard yourself from being affected negatively um, by these narcissists. Because ghosters are narcissists, period. Period. There's some form of narcissism in it. They may not be the all out definition of a narcissist, but they have some narcissistic traits, some narcissistic ways. They just may be a narcissist. But let me tell you how to safeguard. Let me tell you a good way and how to safeguard yourself from a narcissist, from a ghoster, right? You meet somebody, y'all talking, y'all go out on a few dates or whatever, y'all kicking it, then they disappear, right? Then they disappear. I'm gonna go a little deeper in this in a minute. Go a little deeper on this in a minute. Um, the best way to safeguard yourself is to, we always talk about this, make sure you're at a place of healing or healed from the last situation, the last breakup, the last relationship that did not go how it needed to go or how you had planned or hoped that it went. A lot of us come out of relationships, and even if the relationship was something we realized we didn't need or we didn't want to be in after a while, there's still some residual stuff. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how long you were waiting for this relationship to end or whatever. You have to deal with the residual stuff that affects you, and you may not realize it until the next relationship. You can say all day, yo, I'm ready. I'm ready for a new relationship. I'm ready to move on. But if you don't deal with your stuff, yourself first, it's going to hit you at the wrong time. And then you find yourself in another cycle of another failed relationship. The best way to safeguard yourself from the effects of someone ghosting you is learn to love yourself. Learn and understand the part that you play and how you need to be healthy so you can play the best part in your next relationship. Yo, I'm preaching to the choir. Period. I am 50 years old. I have been through some relationships. Some good, some not so good. And the best way for me to safeguard myself and to build up my tolerance, resistance, understanding of, hey, he just was not the one. He just may not have been for me. I mean, he wasn't the one for me. Is to build yourself up. Here we go. Counseling. I need a bell. I need to start. When I say counseling, I need a bell to ring. Counseling. Counseling will build you up so much. It will do so many things. It will help you to understand who you are, why you're the way you are, and the best things about yourself that you need to throw away, and the things about yourself that you need to keep. Counseling will do those things for you. Claudia said, learn how to read the room, meaning don't only see what you want to see, take off the rose colored glasses and look at what is in front of you. Most definitely. The best way to safeguard yourself from being emotionally broken, from being ghosted, counseling. Safeguard yourself by building yourself up. It is not a defense mechanism. It is a true grit of me loving me. I post a lot, y'all. And of course, I post a lot because, this is my family. I love it. I love it. If anybody really knows me, Facebook has nothing on who I was as a teenager. I carried a camera with me all the time. I had bags of film to develop because I love taking pictures. I love sharing moments. If something happened in my family right now and someone needed a picture of um, someone for, God forbid, an obituary, they're going to call me because more than likely I have a picture of that person. So Facebook is just another part of life that's allowing me to be expressive like I enjoy. But if y'all notice on my page, I post a lot about loving myself because I didn't always love myself. And it showed in the relationships that I dealt with and the situations, not in just, relationships with guys or whatever, but in different positions and places in life that I find myself, right? So now I'm in a place because I've gotten counseling. I'm building up and understanding who I am and why I am that way. So when that brother some time ago ghosted me, I was like, thank you, Jesus. Appreciate that, bro. Yo, because I'm not worried about if that was my fault. Now, let's be honest, some things are our fault. But when you're in a position where you getting to know somebody and they decide to make that move, and the brother be asking for my number, like, not brothers, it's not a whole lot. That's not what's going on. I mean, this particular situation, right? This particular situation. So, okay, I'm sorry. Let me read what Kevin said. Kevin said that's why if they really have good intentions, they will make corrections to ensure they know you're genuine. Your lack of action, even unintentional, will have consequences, like being defined as a narcissist. Nothing worse than making a person you feel for, I'm sorry, page is skipping up. Nothing worse than making a person you feel for feel like you ice them out. Yep. Feel like you ice them out. Yep. Tony said ghosting can also be God's protection. Tony, you better high five girl up top, Tony. Bam, that's what I'm talking about. It can be God's protection. It can be God's protection. You have to understand and know where you are. And the way to understand if that was God's protection is if you put that shield of faith around yourself and you say, God, listen, let me tell you something. I don't care what your belief factor is. I don't care if you Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever, whatever. If you're here, we family. We love each other. All right? We are family. We love each other. Whoever you trust with your life, your spiritual whatever, whoever that is, be dependent on that being to protect you in all things. In all things. And if you don't have that belief factor, there's something that sustains you in life. Resort to that when bad things happen. Um, y'all, please do me a favor. Y'all got to put your name because when y'all come over to Restream right here, it just says Facebook user. So if y'all see me looking over here, I still gotta see who typed what. Kevin said exactly what happened to me. I was so used to getting ghosted, I became one and showed out on a promising one. Oh wow. Wow. Claudette said, make sure you understand what ghosting is in the first place, because you can mistake it and ruin something you could potentially have that's good. Kevin said facts. Oh, that's a good point, Claudette. That's a good point. Make sure. So make sure means patience. Claudette is my sister, y'all. And what my sister knows of me is I wash my hands in a minute. I'll get to the point where my patience is like, okay, well, oh well, another one. And only because, and I learned why I do that. I realized why I do that. And that's something I'm keeping right here. But I realized why I did that. When you learn better, you do better. I realized why I did that. And as I got to a place of progress, patience gets longer and patience builds, right? All right. So, um, Claudia made a very good point. Make sure you understand what ghosting is. My niece and I actually were having a conversation the other night. And we talked about, she was like, I be taking notes. She said, now refer back to my notes because I've been wanting to ask you some stuff, Auntie, and I'm refer back to my notes. And we just laughed. And we did a camper conversation last year sometime. And she had written some notes. She's a teacher, y'all. She has written some notes. And it tied so well into this tonight. I told her, I was like, yo, we got to throw that in there and talk about it. This is what we talked about. And it came together with what my sister Claudette said. Be sure you understand what ghosting is. So Ashley brought back to my attention the discussion we had about how much do you actually tell a person and allow and bring them in to a person that you're getting to know, right? How much information do you give? So she was telling me an example of a friend. And this friend was talking to a guy. And the guy was being kind of vague. Like it wasn't long that they had been talking. I'm not sure, maybe a month or something like that. They were still getting to know each other. And he was being pretty vague with some things, right? And she got upset. She got impatient. And she was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not dealing. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not doing this. So when she reached out to the guy and she was like, listen, you know what? I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think this is a good fit. But because you don't tell me anything. And this man was like, I don't know you. I don't know you. We're getting to know each other. How much do you actually tell a person where we understand, is this actually ghosting? Did this person actually ghost me? Or is this a process of saying, I don't know you? And I'm trying to get an understanding of who you are before I trust you with my information. This man was like, listen, I had a job situation. It put me in a different financial status. Um, my home where I live, that changed. Some things changed for me. I'm not financially where I want to be or whatever. I wasn't going to tell you that. Like, it's not your business to know that I'm misplaced in my home life. Like in my home. He had to move back in, I think, with his mom or a relative. And that's not something that he wanted to share with her. He didn't want to share that with her. And truth be told, I understand that. He don't have to share that with her. And he shouldn't have shared that with her. Not until they got to a point where she can say and he can say, you know what? Um, I think I want to go to the next level with this person. I think I want to share and open up some things with them that will help them understand who I am. Yo, honestly, um, when I meet a guy and we start talking about what we do and stuff like that, you won't get the bare minimum. You're going to get the bare minimum. I'm in education. Why? Because it's not your business. What else I do, what else I have. Until we get to a certain point where it's important for us to talk about those crucial points. So understanding, were you ghosted, or were you pushy? Or were you putting that person in a position where they felt attacked, or they felt like they could not have a conversation with you that made them feel like, you know what? Ah, not for me. Not for me. Not for me. At the same time, y'all, we need to understand it's really important to have proper communication. It's really important to have proper communication. So, ghosted, it is not a reflection of your worth. We have to remember that. It is not a reflection of your worth. The person that was ghosted, the person may lack the ability to express their emotions. If you were ghosted, it may be some understanding more, it may be deeper than we really think. Then they just bad communicators, or they just don't care. Again, there are some people that are professional ghosters. That's what they do. But there's some people that just kind of lack some things. If you're ghosted, reflect on the relationship. Did you ignore their boundaries? Bam. I have an early morning sis, gotta ghost with love. LOL. Good night, y'all. Sundresses and Ghostbusters, right, Kevin? Good night, Mike. Love you, bruh. Good night. Reflect on, okay. Did you ignore their boundaries? We just kind of talked about that. Ghosted. Consider this a reminder of what you do not deserve. Ooh, I love all four of those. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I just read all four of those just now. I just read all four of those just now. The ghoster. Communicate your feelings. It is okay, whether you think a person is going to like it or not, to say, you know what? It was lovely meeting you. I enjoyed our conversations. But what I realize is um, that we're not going to work, or this is not for me, or, I'd rather just be friends. Something. The ghoster, don't assume you will be dismissed. Hey, understand. I made a post one time and I said, paraphrasing, I can't totally remember it. And I said, it was referencing men. And I said, a lot of men will allow their insecurities to ruin a great relationship because I'm just not sure. She might not really like me, or she might not accept where I am, or whatever. Don't assume you will be dismissed. Ghoster, establish boundaries instead of ghosting. Period. If you can't have a conversation, if you can't have a conversation and say, hey, listen, again, I really don't like XYZ. And if you can't accept the person telling you that they don't like something, then you need to check yourself, because everybody has the right to feel the way they feel. Unless they are being abusive in some type of way, everybody has the right to feel the way they feel. Keep in mind, too much ghosting can leave you isolated. Too much ghosting can leave you isolated. Meaning, sir, ma'am, it might be a game for you, but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up by yourself. He or she who sowed the seed of ghosting will eventually reap ghosted. Will eventually reap ghosted. We reap what we sow. Karma, you get what you give. You get in a situation where you really feeling somebody, and you really enjoying this person, and you like, yo, I think this is good, and you end up you end up being ghosted because what we put out is what we give back in some kind of way. Kevin said, "Yeah, them sundresses are the great equal." His sundresses are the great equalizer. LOL, boy, you got no sense. Oh, lonely with a house full of cats. That's right. Oh, lonely with a house full of cats. I like that. That is true. That's true. We have to understand how we treat and deal with people is what we're going to receive in some form or fashion. It's robes too. Kevin, what are you talking about? Oh, lonely with a house full of cats. You said robes too? A bunch of robes, Kevin? I'm lost, Kevin. I'm lost. I don't know where robes came from. I don't know where robes came from. So, being a person who doesn't consider others' feelings, leave people in a position in a place of hurt and misunderstanding. We are here. We are here for one another. Otherwise, it'd be an island of one. This is not an island of one. Everybody that comes to you, you don't have to receive. We talked about that the other day on one of our camper conversations a few weeks ago. Everybody that come to your table don't deserve to eat. But the best way to handle anybody in any way is to communicate openly. Just because they don't receive it the way you may think they should doesn't mean that you shouldn't be genuine enough. You trying your best to convince somebody that you solid and you a good person, and then you disappear. You leave nothing for them to think other than. Now let's be honest, some things happen. People's lives turn around. Um, medical issues, all kind of things can happen. This is why it's so important to be solid yourself. Love yourself. Respect yourself. Understand that what you need is not always and not necessarily what someone else needs for themselves. But know that you love yourself. So situations like this happen, situations like this come along, then you understand that it's okay. Everybody is not for everybody. It's okay. But be genuine enough, be respectful enough, be solid enough to have that conversation. It's just respect. And what goes around comes around. It's just respect. So, y'all, we got to love on each other. We have to show each other respect. We have to show each other some level of appreciation. And again, if someone has offended you, same token, let that person know. I love this chart. I love this chart. Let me pop this back up. I love this chart. Everybody, I say this all the time, everybody does not have the capacity to deal with everything. Everybody does not always have the capacity to deal with you, where you are, how you are, who you are. Whether that means you're too much, whether that means that you're too little, whether that means that it's just not a good match. It just doesn't mesh. It's just not a good fit. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to judge somebody that I don't know because they made a decision for themselves that obviously I had no part and no place in. When we understand that and we get that, we have less and less and less trauma and drama and breakdown in relationships that can be something great. But we shut down and we shut off because, oh, he did this, oh, she did that, Oh, I can't believe this, and oh, I can't believe that, and all men are this, and all women are that. Everybody's dealing and going through something in some form or some fashion. And they may not have gotten to the point to know how to deal with it. So if something happens and someone decides to move along in their lives for themselves, then wish them well and be genuine in that. Wish them well and be genuine in that. Hey T, I ain't gonna talk about you being that we about to end. That you popping up. My girl Teresa. My girl Teresa. Oh, hey Edward. My girl Teresa. I didn't see you pop up. Edward Jaja is Edward, y'all. So when I they were like, who is Edward? Edward Jaja is Edward. Teresa, my girl Teresa. Sorry, I had training. Okay. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, babe. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. But again, the videos will be posted. YouTube or on Facebook. We can always go back and watch and discuss. And you still can comment just because the video ends, just because the live ends. We still can go back and comment. So y'all, I'm gonna close out and say this. Listen, understand that we are all at different places in life. And because we're at different places in life, we have to learn the patience and understanding to deal with people where they are. If you find yourself not being able to deal with someone where they are, whether they are growing, whether their growth is stunted, or whether they're in the process of getting somewhere and doing something, it's fine. It's okay. Respectfully bow out, walk away. Have that conversation and let that be that. Because what happens is we build up a sense of mistrust, a disrespect. And even though the people that we talk to don't even know each other, they don't even know each other. We have a sense in us. We know when we're wrong, right? We know when we're wrong. We know when we have done things in a negative manner. Fix that. Because that's for you. That's for you. My thing is, I can't answer for anybody else on this earth. When my father returns, that is my belief. When he returns, I'm not going to speak for my sister. I'm not going to speak for my sister, my brother, my cousin, my mother, my father. I'm going to have to represent myself. And how I treat people and how I deal with people is what I'm representing. And if I'm not doing that, something is wrong and I need to check why. So if someone decides to ghost you, to move on, to stop communicating, please be solid with yourself and know that you are special, you are great, you are loved. And if you don't love yourself, no one else can. No one else can. All right? All right. All right, y'all. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the input. Kevin, you crazy. again, again, our singles mixer will be here in Atlanta in April. I will let y'all know for sure. It will either be the second week of April or the third week of April. I am solidifying details and plans. We are down to it. Listen, married folks, please know that this does not exclude you all because we are going to have a live forum camper conversation discussion on Saturday afternoon. And then we're going to go into the singles mixer. Now, people who are coming in town are here on Friday. We're going to have hotels blocked, rooms blocked off so you can stay. You can stay wherever you like, but I want to try to block off rooms where we can all kind of be together. So people want to get together Friday night, go out somewhere, go to dinner or whatever, get together, meet each other. We might do a Friday night little kind of mix of meet and greet thing. I think we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll add that to the itinerary. We'll add that. And then Saturday though, Saturday for everybody. This is our big part of our weekend, the live camper conversation forum discussion. I need y'all to start throwing out ideas of topics because I want us to talk about something. I want us to discuss something that is really at the heart of relationship values, issues. Y'all know what I'm saying. Send the topics, and we're going to go with the top two to discuss. We're gonna make this a fun weekend. Then Saturday, a little bit later in the afternoon, after that, we're gonna have some food and some fun and some games. Bring your little sexy cute on. We're gonna be in the park. Again, we're gonna have some games and some food. And Sunday, we're gonna have that send off. We're gonna try to have a little breakfast, trying to get a hotel that's gonna give us some free food, that free breakfast, and we're gonna have that send off on Sunday. All right. This will be the first. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I love y'all to pieces, never to death. I love y'all to pieces. I enjoy these weekly meetings that we come together and listen. Find somebody to love on. Find somebody to show love to, some compassion, some understanding, and know that everybody has a process of growth. They may not be where you are, but know that they're somewhere and they trying to get there. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good evening. I see y'all next week. All right. Good night.